All right. Welcome. Akasha here, Nan Akasha from nanakasha.com, and I'm very happy today. It's a beautiful, beautiful, blissful day. We've been walking through the dark. We've been walking through this eclipse portal. Now, we started an eclipse a few weeks ago on the full moon. And there's a recording for that. If you want to repeat that, it's kind of a fun bookend to what we're doing today and this weekend. So this weekend is a really amazing experience because the eclipse energy is starting. It's peaking tomorrow. It's going to go fully through Sunday into Monday. And also, it's the end of an eclipse cycle. And eclipses are portals that open for massive infinite potential. It gives you an opportunity to make a quantum leap or a massive change, a big breakdown or a big breakthrough. And we've been in this cycle since halfway through 2020 when I had my near-death experience. So my bookend, what happened to you in June, July of 2020? Look at what was going on then, see what was that was the beginning of this cycle. It just means like this is Sagittarius. Yay, that's my birthday. In a week or so. And Gemini, Sagittarius and Gemini. So in June and July of 2020, some really major things were probably happening for you other than dying. So take a look at that and then realize that all the other eclipses we've been through this year and last year, there was one on December 4th of last year, I believe. No, 14th. It was the 14th. So it was right next to my birthday. And it was profound. And it sort of told me and opened energies for what was going to be possible for me for the next 6 months. And so I highly recommend that you understand this is a greatly intuitive moment. This is like an opportunity between the veils type of thing. And you get to have your experience while having a community or a global experience because we're all one. And we're becoming more and more aware of how we're all one because we become very sensitive to each other. There's so many things I don't do. I don't interact with anymore because of the profound effect it has on my energy. And that is my thoughts, my beliefs, my mood, my feeling, my decisions, my ideas, how I communicate, how I feel about myself, my happiness, and all of that is what helps to generate your reality. You are the reality-making machine in your life. So we're going to do I don't know what today. I'm leaving this up to the energies to inspire us. I like a framework. I like to go, ooh, there's an equinox, let's do a retreat. And I've done 5 and we're going to do one again in March. And it's going to be so exciting because when we're together, the moment takes us. So we prepare and I have certain things that we do in certain ceremonies. And so we're having a ceremony online on Sunday. So I hope that you'll come. You go to shop.nanakasha.com and you can purchase it. And you get 30 days after to watch the replay. So if you can't make it live, but we're going to harness this eclipse energy and the new moon, which I call double dark. We did the dark eclipse, right? An eclipse is covering, shadowing, okay, something. So there's been a lot of things that have been hidden, right? Oh my gosh. And so what we're going to do is Christian, my favorite ceremony leader, he's Aztec, and he's coming over with his Mayan partner, VNA. And if you saw our ceremony last year in Teotihuacan or earlier this year, it was amazing. And that was him with his family. It was epic. It was huge. They were at Teotihuacan and were all in full feather gear and there were lots of them and his mother was there. And this is going to be very different. This is an incredibly intimate ceremony. He's coming here to my house. We're going to be doing sacred blessings and beautiful work and meditating and talking to the land. Because I've been here 5 months now, I've done energy work myself, but we've completed the first phase of the renovation and the transformation of this space into a sacred place, a sacred sanctuary. So we're going to be doing the ceremony from here. So whether you do that or whatever you do, take time each day this weekend to remember this is a sacred moment. You're going through this portal, almost like you are going through this little tunnel the next 3 days, and then you're going to slowly emerge into what's coming next. But then we have the solstice, and then we go into 2022. So everything is related. You may remember or go, oh my gosh, this is what happened a year and a half ago, or in one of the previous eclipses, and it's all coming to completion. That's the good news. Woo! So it's coming, whatever has been unfolding, breaking down, transforming in your life, and of course everybody's life, because that's kind of a few months into the pandemic situation. This is going to be coming to a completion. It's going to be coming full circle today, tomorrow, and Sunday. So if you join us on Sunday, we're going to do a ceremony here at my house. They're coming. They're going to have all their beautiful Aztec and Mayan dress, and they're going to dance, and they're going to play music for you and do all that sacred things. And we're going to make herb bundles. So I'm so excited that I was able to, I'm trying to think of how to show this to you. What would happen if I do this? We're going to make herb bundles, and when we do that, it's like smudge, right? So you dry herbs, and then you wrap them up, and you bless them. And so we're going to learn from Christian what the ancestors, the ancient ancestors, what kind of herbs they used, how they tied it to the season, how they were, it was because he told me, he goes, well, this is the time of the darkness. Well, it is. It's shorter and shorter days for another couple weeks. And so we're going less sunlight, more within. This is womb time. New moons are new beginnings. We're planting seeds. We're being nurtured. We're letting go and letting that compost, letting the past feed the future. So what you want to do is to be present to everything you do, okay? So we're going to, if you sign up, we'll send you a list of herbs, and you can get your own, or you can do it later from the video. And so this is really fun. I got to buy herbs yesterday. We ran all over town trying to find them. And we I'm just going to show you a picture here from my phone and see if that works at all. This is a little bit of my, some of the herbs that I have drying. I've got my lavender candle, my lavender oil, and all kinds of beautiful herbs. That's manzanilla, chamomile right there. And there we go. Rosemary and all kinds of goodies. And so part of the ceremony will be, those are giant cinnamon sticks. Check that out. Isn't that cool? And these yellow things, everything's backwards on the screen. These little funny yellow things on the tray, those are almonds. We were at the chiropractor, and he has a huge almond tree, and these things were all over the ground. And so I asked my friend, I said, is this an almond? And he said, yeah, this is an almond. The kids will even chew on the outside. It's a bit tough like a coconut, but I took two. I thought that was a beautiful energy. So there's some almonds that we're bringing in. So I'm already creating the altar, and the altar for Sunday's ceremony and for this weekend for us is, this is a new basket I got with some of the herbs that we're drying in my giant cinnamon sticks there. We're going to have it next to the pool by the sacred wall. If you saw my wall that we put some stones into and have some beautiful energies. And I'm setting it up already. We cleaned it this morning. I'm going to do more cleansings. We're going to set up altar with lots of crystals, and we bought the most beautiful, oh, let me show you those, white roses. So we're asking you to have one white rose, and you can if you want to. To do this, and we went many places and couldn't find them, and on the way home at the last minute we found the it's here somewhere, here they are. We found the most beautiful white roses, a huge bouquet of them. There, you can actually see them a little bit better that way. And Sorry to block the light. They're amazing. They're so firm and beautiful. They're kind of in a bud, starting to bloom. So what happens when you're finished growing like we are and you start to want to open up, you want to be who you are, you want to let your light out. So that's one of the things we're going to be using in our sacred bundle. Here's another picture of the roses. See if I can get them. There, you can see them pretty good right there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So this has been fun. I love talking to everything. I love talking to nature. I love having crystals and stones and plants and coconuts all over. So if you join us, you're going to be supporting our beautiful friends who do this for a living. They do shamanic healings and weddings, and they do ceremonies like we've done for us. And this is going to be an amazing and beautiful ceremony. And I'm so excited that I get to show you our beautiful sanctuary as it's coming together. And maybe you'll be able to join us. So let me just show you see here. So you go to shop.nanakasha.com, and it's right here near the top. There's our retreat in March. And this is a class we're having in January for upgrading our chakras. And this is a class we're having in a week. And it's about past lives. We're going to do 3 past life journeys. And then have a 30-minute class each time about what are past lives, why does it matter, how do you use them, what good can they do for you, and all that. And right here is the Mayan Aztec ceremony that we're going to have. And so we're going to have this ancestral Mayan Aztec ceremony, and I lead an activation, a deep activation in the beginning. And I close it at the end with one as well. This is the first time we've ever been together. Well, we did the online ones, so I'll be there also as they're doing their dances, they're showing us, and we're going to be learning, and we're connecting to the herb kingdom and to Gaia. So I'm going to help connect us to these wisdoms and these energies before we begin the ceremony. And so what we're going to do is he's going to teach how the herbs and flowers were used for protection, for psychic connection, for healing, and it depended on the time of year. He mentioned a flower. I don't know if he's bringing it, particular flower I've never heard of. Even if you don't or you can't make your own healing bundle, you're going to be getting the energies from what we make, okay? And you could be drying your herbs. So I'm drying my herbs today. I have them loosely out on trays right now. And then I'm going to roll them up kind of tight in a paper towel to get the moisture out. And then I'm going to just loosen them and lay them out. If you put them in the sun, don't put them in the sun for too long because it takes out the aroma. We want to keep the aroma, but the more dry they are, the better. So if you have ones like I showed you that are like the chamomile was the long flower with the little flower on the end. They're quite moist, so you want to make sure that they get spread out and they have a chance to dry. The more dry they are before you bundle them up. But then we're going to use the new moon energy and the eclipse energy. So the eclipse this time is about intuition. It's about trusting your intuition. The full moon eclipse, full solar eclipse is the most powerful eclipse, and it offers the most opportunity for massive transformation. So that's why I like to be in sacred ceremony with you, with other people. That's why I like to have this a chance for us to take the moment and do the most powerful and healing and helpful thing to ourselves. Because when we use ceremony, when we use chant, dance, music, when we use these energies of guided journeys that I do, and the healing herbs and all of these things, it changes our vibration. It frees us from old pains and healings, and we are shedding. So if you think as you walk through this weekend about being in that space where you are shedding the old and you're completing stuff, you can even say, I don't know what it is, but whatever is ready to be completed, I'm ready. It can go. I can release it. Okay. So when you do that, you give yourself the chance to turn towards the light. Transcend, rise up out of who, what, where, when, shame, guilt, pain, fear, not enough, good enough, worthiness, whatever it is. And we're all there. We're all there going, we're ready, we're ready, we're ready, we're ready for that next step. We're ready for that expansion. We're ready for trusting and knowing who we are. We're ready to have this belief within us fed instead of hidden and full of fear that, oh, I'm fabulous, I'm light, I know these things, and I can live the life, I'm supposed to live the life that I want to live, and it's possible, and that's leaving my life because there's a reason, and these other things could come into my life, and every day's an adventure, and I can move into it in a beautiful and magical way. So Sagittarius is all about movement and travel and positivity and good luck and prosperity and abundance and very good vibes. And we have our full moon eclipse, so you're going to be able to see through now in this walk. You have the ability, been blessed to see in the dark. So I brought out my jaguar, which I got for my birthday last year, and my beautiful beloved got it for me. Isn't she stunning? So it's carved by these beautiful Mayan ladies at Ekbalam, which means Black Star Jaguar. And we go there, we've been there for several retreats, have a stunning jaguar altar that we do our activation in the middle of. And so this carries the energy of that place, of the Balam, which were the sacred priesthood of the jaguar. And the jaguar is revered because it's a loving mother, and it can see in the dark, and it can move unseen, and it is ethereal. The cats, they come, they go, they're not attached. So we have to learn detachment. We have to learn to see through our own shadows, to see through the fears from the past and the shame and anything else that we're carrying, so that we can move forward. So anything you can do to unburden your mind, to acknowledge and accept that you still might be carrying guilt, shame, or fear, or you might be limiting yourself. If you're not feeling energy, there's a reason. You're blocking flow. If you're feeling low, depressed thoughts and kind of restrictive or whatever, there's a reason. It's an energy. State is an energy. Look at the scale and free yourself to go up. As you go up, you will see the possibilities that are already waiting for us. So this is a powerful time. What else is there? There's the intuition part of this. It's really, really powerful now. It's not an option anymore. If we don't accept this whole half of us that as the sacred feminine in many ways has been repressed and blamed and abused and so on and so forth, we're all men, women, everything, okay? That's an energy, feminine energy, as a receptive, loving creator, as a powerful force that can perceive and receive and create from the infinite field. So if we're not connected to that part of us, if we're living in fear of our femininity, that doesn't necessarily, but it can mean your womb, maybe there's sexual abuse. It could mean, your different parts of you, your body image, your self-image, your self-love, all these things come from that. It's also, though, that we have to accept our powers to create. We are the creators, and when we're not believing we're good enough, we don't think we can, we're worried about the outcome, we're not trusting, we're not listening, we're not accentuating, accelerating, awakening our intuitive gifts, then we're blocked and we're trying to create from one thing. It'd be like, okay, you need to create a masterpiece here, and here's one brush and one bowl of water and one color. How are you going to create from that? So we've overdeveloped the masculine, and this is a moment of really stepping back into, I am an intuitive being, I am a multidimensional being, I do have skills and psychic talents, I do have clairvoyance, I do have this or that, I've never trusted it, or I used to trust it, it's scary, it's gonna, people don't like it, whatever. We've all been there, we all have this, right? We all have this. Sensitives and empaths shut down and open up and have different traumatic experiences because it hasn't been or felt safe to embody that. That's what we're releasing. It's no longer okay to say, oh, it's just not safe to be this or that, to be young, to be pretty, to be a woman, to be whatever makes you feel vulnerable. I mean, there's so much abuse that has happened in our past, and now we're going to free ourselves from it because we're not going to play the victim. The sacred feminine is not weak. the sacred feminine is so powerful. That's why it's been repressed. That's why it's been dominated, right? And it's not stupid or weak to be in the feminine. It's just that to be in a body, you have to have both. You've got to pay the bills and you need to meditate, right? You've got to, take care of the house and the functions and the different things in life that physically require you to look at it and do it, like drive a car, be there in the car, okay? However, you want to also be walking in that other world, and that's what the Maya did. They fully believed they were spiritual and material. And it wouldn't even occur to them to not walk every day with both sides of them there. Well, we have repressed, not trusted, forgotten, locked away, taken out occasionally, whatever, that side, that sacred feminine energy. So I'm seeing this in my private sessions. Things are coming up around the sacral. We've been doing sacral sessions for a couple months now, and it's just so powerful. It could be physically, but it's an emotional base. It's a chakra. It holds old lives and other energies and just crazy, powerful stuff that happens. So if you watch the soul readings or you get a soul readings, it's not really a good name for it because we do whatever comes up. We might be a healing. We might go on a journey. We might go into the body. Today there was a light body healing. A chamber of light that was doing a lot of different communicating. Then we went into a space in the heart, and we saw this block across the heart. It was very specific and everything. And then the way that we entered the sacral center is different for everybody. And everybody yet is carrying some form of guilt or shame, lack of trust, betrayal, lack of worthiness, and all that. So this is the stuff we're completing. Take a moment and acknowledge it, write it down, or just say to yourself, I am complete. I'm ready and willing to trust my inner self that this is the moment that I am ready. I am open, I'm receptive, I'm prepared, I'm strong enough, I'm smart enough, I have the resources, everything is here for me. I came here on a fully funded mission, and I am here to live it. I'm no longer going to limit myself. So whatever I have been through that is ready to be completed, I acknowledge you, thank you, and you can go. I acknowledge everything I've been through, all the pain and all the fears and all the relationships and all the people. And I say, thank you, everyone. It's now time that we part, and let that energy pour down through you. So it looks like we're going into a healing. Let's just go with this. Heavens to Betsy. Let me make sure that we're streaming. Sag! Oh, Sherry, you're so welcome, my love. It's just good. Feeling the lightening of the energies. Awesome. All right. So it feels like we're pouring. We're just asking and acknowledging inside of this sacred space of this eclipse. We give thanks to the sun and to the moon. We give thanks to all the celestials and Gaia. Wayan Mother, I am here. Wayan, I am here now. I am that I am. I'm ready to merge more with that I am that I am. I'm ready and willing to release the old, known and unknown on any level, emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, in the womb, in the root, in the heart, in the hands, blocking the eyes. I'm ready to release and reconnect, merge back together with my true divine sacred feminine, my intuitive self, my creative self, my abilities to connect to the infinite field. So we're experiencing a spiral. It looks like a tube, a clear plastic tube to me. It's spiraling down through our central channel. which holds your light antenna, and it's spiraling, and it has little balls like little candies, all different colors, coming down this clear plastic tube like energy. And this energy goes from way above down through all your chakras and your bodies and those chakras and down your feet and into your earth star and into Gaia and beyond. So relax and feel it. It seems like the little energy balls inside are just yellow and red, or red orange. That's it. Every other one. Yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red. And they're spinning and they're coming. So relax. What are these energies saying to you? What are they telling you? They're here to release. They're here to release. They're saying, they're here, they're going to move down through you and keep going, and they're going to move through the earth, and they're going to move out, and they're going to move through every part of reality. So what do you want to put in there that they can take from you? I release all that has been completed, known and unknown, in this life and any other part of my soul. I give it permission, if it is optimal at this time, to release the patterns and beliefs, the thoughts, the vows, the contracts, the knots, the diseases, the ideas, the past, the present, the future. I release the idea of who I was and who I am and who I should be. Feel it all pouring into this tube and going, being cleansed and balanced by these yellow and orange energies. The feminine and the masculine spinning down the tube, the solar plexus and the sacral, the sun, the moon, the creatrix, the creator. I release from every level of my being and ask for it now to be replaced and replenished by the energies that are optimal for me at this time. I accept my intuitive gifts, the truth of my sacred feminine, and these new channels to all that is required to create the life I intended as I designed it with my soul. The new energies that are just yours, look at them, feel them, sense them, are coming down this tube, following these energies that have cleansed and carried all this away. I am complete. Hold that in your solar plexus. I am free. Hold that in your sacral. Light weaving from your root through each energy center to your crown and back again. Root, sacral, solar, heart, throat, third eye, crown, looping, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar, sacral, root. Turn back around, up and down, up and down. I accept the energies that are codes and information from my soul that flush out old patterns and ideas that cleanse all remaining fears, that scrub the corners from guilt, that find the darkness and unlock and open to the sunlight, all chambers of shame, the anger, the blame, the craving, the depression, the victimhood, revenge, all of it. I accept it all. And as I accept, it melts and my emotional body releases, pours down through the cells and the bones and the muscles, through the thoughts and the brain and the mind, cleansing and clearing the emotions, the sludge, the attachment, the blame, down the drain of your feet chakra. Release, relax, breathe, 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 relax, breathe. Surrender to your flow, up and down, in and out, dark and light. Free yourself, cleanse yourself, flow. I can see in the dark. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am protected. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I walk forward with the flow of the feminine, the trust, the receiving, the growing, the believing, the building, the birthing, the delight, the joy, the grief, all of life, the cycles here within me. I embody them. I am the power to create. I am the power to destroy. I am the power to receive. I am the power to create. I am the power to joyfully, blissfully float and be one with the rainbow colors of the infinite. And I can gather all that I desire from the infinite and pour it back into me and create, speak, love, walk, talk, be. See and feel this self, this new you that is birthing as the eclipse strips the old, completes this. You step out of it like an old cloak that falls from you. No need to look back, no need for it anymore. You enter and join this parade of light. I give myself permission to release all that no longer serves me, all that I am prepared to transmute and transcend with deepest, deepest gratitude for everything, every life, every person, every loss, every gain, every joy, every pain. I give it all my great, loving thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 3 sacred flames are now lit, and they burn within you. They burn in the sacral, they burn in the solar, and they burn in the heart. They have traded. Their energies have shifted. You see that these 3 centers now glow with a different color. The heart glows red, full of passion, abundance, love, pleasure. The heart has released so much. It is renewed. It is flowing with the vibrant blood, the life force of your truth, of your soul, of your blueprint. You know it, you receive it, you breathe it, and it goes from the heart to the lungs, to the blood, to the bones, to the cells, to the eyes, to the ears, to the tongue. It goes deep into the foot chakra and opens it wider. More is released, freely pouring down and out. And you rise up and up. And it moves into the root. And now you say, yes, I have an amethyst root. It is crystalline. It is gems. My root has been shut, but it has been within the earth, and all the pressures and all the fears and all the lack and all the loss and everything that has forged me through heat and time and pressure. I have become the crystal cave. Exquisite light in crystalline form. That is the truth of my root. And now that I have this crystal cave in my root, there is nothing to keep it from trusting its value, from seeing its beauty, from sparkling its light. Air can move through and by. Water, fire. I've been through it all. I can root anywhere. I am safe. I am strong. Now the sacral, it glows like a deep magenta rose. Deep within the sacral, these energies are being revealed. You have yet a new bud. The next life, your life, unified with you, one with you, infinite and material. Spiritual. You are such glowing divine light. You move in spirals and squares. You have designs and pulses. You disappear, you come back, you flow like streamers. You sit like rock. You move through each with grace and ease. I am the elegance, the ease, the trust. I am the container for creation. I create in this new moon womb of this sacred intuitive eclipse. I hold this sacred space with reverence. Honored, I accept the truth. I am divine, I am beautiful, I am cleansed and I am cleared. I am complete with the lack, and I now know I am ready to create. I create from my light and my ruby red heart. Feel these three sacred flames, violet, magenta, red, burning and mixing. They will stay with you through till Sunday evening at 8 p.m. wherever you are. That 8 will be the infinite moment that your completion is done. Celebrate, acknowledge. I now accept this completion and this blossoming. I accept that I have so much to remember, to learn, to do, to flow, to create. And I am ready and I'm willing to be here, to be me, to be now, to be free of the old vows. My only vow is that I am, Ea, Escher, Ea. I am light. I am love. I am pure divine love, and I am one with the infinite field. I am designed for the highest good of all concerned, and I am beautiful, magnificent, strong, and powerful. I am infinite, and I'm ready to connect with that, to fill myself with that. May that pour down my central channel. May that activate my light antenna. May that fill my veins and my muscles. May that fill my mind and my emotions. May that fill my sacral and my womb. In the darkness, I am nurtured. The power that comes from what has gone and what has left, what has decomposed within it. I am fed eternally with the most nutritious, delicious, divine energies. I allow them to flow within me, trusting my own inner wisdom. And I allow myself to walk through this portal, knowing I have no way to fail. I have no way to not step into the next phase of my life. And I choose to support myself and to accept it and to celebrate it and to come and be with myself every day. Be sacred, be reverent, be aware, be open. Love, nurture, bathe. Bring in scents and aromas, bring in the flowers, bring in the herbs, activate your senses, water, music, fountains. Now is the time. Sensual, dark, trust. Feel into yourself. Let the senses open colors and visions. Remember, I am the divine feminine, and I am the divine masculine. And I'm choosing to align clear in perfect harmony and flow in my own optimal rhythm with the sacred feminine and the gifts of creation, intuition, knowing, and love. I give this to myself. I infuse it into my words, my thoughts, my actions, and my decisions. I am sacred. I accept. I am infinite. And I now release and receive my own divine flow. And tune into our ceremony on Sunday and smell these beautiful herbs that each of us bringing the ceremony to you have gathered and brought together into this sacred space. Feel this land, feel the ocean, feel the beautiful loving ancestors, feel the divine nature, spirits, and the wisdom of the elders, and feel the unity. I am one with all of these and more. I am one with my divine truth and path. Relax. Receive whatever it is you're feeling, sensing, seeing. So as we give great thanks for this beautiful healing and guidance, accept that you have this now, forming a pathway for you through this few days. And whenever you do this, you can come back and listen again, definitely at least once a day over the next 3 days, and then allow yourself to just drop in and to be here, to connect. Now connect to that Sag energy. Connect to that energy that looks like so many of us are here. Autumn and Kier, Nabila and I. And that energy is an energy of expansion. It is the inspiration that it lights you up, that makes you think things are possible, that fills you full of energy, creativity, ideas, inspiration to do it. And it fills you from an inner place. It is prosperity and tune into, be ready for, it's going to be so great when I feel that. Do a little mental rehearsal, a little visualization, a little emotionalization, right? Ooh, feel it. And then acknowledge these sacred flames that came into our sacral and our solar plexus and our heart, and how the colors of these energy centers changed from what they have traditionally been. And our root turned into amethyst, like an amethyst cave. You think about all the implications of that, the strength in that, the ability for that to be, that's the outcome. That's the completion, right? Is the gem. Then we see it in its concentrated beauty and value that became that way through all kinds of experiences. And that's who we are. I want to just send blessings to Sitara and Genevieve, Pierre, Sandra, and Nabila, Julie, and Sherry. Sherry and I Oh, what an amazing experience I've had today with you guys. Michelle and Josie and Kathy, Pamela, Hawaii, power and light. Yes, it's true. So that's the completion of this. However, I'm feeling called to do some kind of channeled readings or something. So if you'd like to stay, I'm going to just tune in to whoever is here. And if you listen to this later, that might be you too. Oh, I love it. We get to be in this energy together. Everyone's saying happy eclipse and happy new moon and incredible experience. I love you unconditionally. Thank you, sweetie. I love you too. I love you too. We can just share this love back and forth and around and around. And I want to say thank you to my luminous, glowing, feminine, divine jaguar here, bringing such, oh my goodness, energies. We've had some new things emerge from, I've been unpacking. I've got this amethyst. Interesting, I just realized that. So I've got this amethyst that just joined the altar a few days ago. So there was part of the energy that came in for our root. And these came out a few weeks ago and then disappeared again. This is an amethyst pyramid with the copper and the gold. Beautiful. Pyramid energy is so amazing. You know, it concentrates and it pulls from something and concentrates it. And this is what you're doing. You're coming from all of this, letting go of what you don't need anymore and coming to that apex, to that golden capstone of the truth of who you are. So we're going to be the most amazing infinite beings in the new year. I just see the most intense prosperity in vibrant life force, people really wakening up, getting to a point in their awakening, or in their healing, or in their transformation, or in their breakdowns, which we are all going through. Getting to that point where you're just like, oh yeah, this is me. I've got to be me. It's not an option anymore. There isn't a choice. It's not like, should I, shouldn't I? Should I do what they want or do what I think I want? Do I trust what I want? Whatever it is, it's not an option anymore. It's like, no, I'm going to do this. And we're going to give so much back to each other, to the world. Oh my gosh, it's going to be stunning. Okay. So we had a lot of flow in that. It looked like this little candies going down this circular tube down the center of us. And then we poured our energies into that, and then other energies poured out, and it was just a lot of flow. And right now I'm feeling the flow. It's a very Kukulkan flow. The Quetzalcoatl, the serpent energy, not devil, that is not what it means, is transformation energy. It's shedding the old. It's continuing to move forward. It's creating within, growing a whole new skin, a whole new pattern, a whole new rattle, whatever it is, and then shedding the old. This is you. This is us. So this energy is coming through. And Kukulkan, one of my most important guides, is that embodiment of the part of us knows the pathway back to our light and flows. So feeling that flow, feel that flow. Now, often this God or energy or embodiment of the flow energy is going alongside me, like walking alongside me, especially through my near-death experience. So feel that. This is very special for a few of you are really, really resonating, really needing this information. It's great for everyone, but there's several of you, there's a few of you who have cat ears on right now. So feel in, see if you have some cat ears. The jaguar is very strong in your crown chakra right now and is attuning some senses. Julie, Nabila, Sitara, and I can see a few others, but I can't see who you are. And this serpent energy is flow. It's trusting the flow. It's moving back and forth, up and down. All right? So allow yourself to receive this. If you are feeling that you know, or if you don't know, you're willing to trust your inner self, for the need for trust. Flow up, flow down. Let go of the old. Now feel yourself rubbing up against some rough things. and realize that as those rough things are coming up in your life, maybe it's a memory or a grief or a pain or a shock or something happening that you don't want to happen, whatever it is, if there's something rough, feel it instead the way that that serpent throws itself at a thorny bush and rips the skin and begins to then flow out of it, hooks that old skin to that thorny bush, hooks that skin to those rough rocks, hooks that skin to that rough something. So what is that? That rough energy. And then feel like you are there on purpose. You're rubbing against that roughness on purpose. This isn't, oh, I didn't do it right. This isn't, oh, why is this coming up again? Oh, this is too painful. No, this is, yes, I'm here. Yes, let's rub against that so that I never, ever come back here again. And with it, it holds, it has the same vibration. It hooks to that. The way that a snake rubs its skin off between two rocks or through a bush, you are going to hook that energy and just say, thank you. There's some strong branches, strong foundations, strong, they're not a thorn, but because they look bigger, but like the way a thorn is very pointed. I have these beautiful white roses and I was trimming them and putting them in the vase, and they have intense thorns. I mean, intense thorns. Really heavy duty, strong, pokey ones, like in my grandma's garden. And hi, Grandma. That's sweet. I love it when you come. I haven't had my nice grandma come, wow, for a really long time. Hi. Ooh, sacred feminine energy. We get to be loved by the nice, lovey-dovey people. Yay. There's no time and space. So we're going to really acknowledge that rough stuff. Oh, good. And I'm going to hook that, whatever that clothes I'm wearing, whatever that skin, layer of skin that's still attached to that fear, that pain, that person, that roughness, that loss, that perception of it's not working out or whatever it is. I'm just going to allow them to stay together. Hook, put it on a hook, put it on a hook, put it on a hook, and then turn. And get into that flow. Feel like you're flowing out. You know, you have to squeeze out of the old skin. But if you move with everything up and down, it's a natural wave energy that moves things along. Moves shit out of the colon. It can move that energy down out of your feet chakras. It can move it out of the cells and out of the inflexible hips. It can move it out of the stuck heart, trapped heart, or the fear-filled sacral. It can move it out away from the eyes. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that flow is turning into kind of a 3 colors that looks like candy from a fair, like a carnival, really bright, like colors, pink and yellow and blue or something, and like stripes that move through a candy. And this is sweetness. There's a sweetness. Kathy? I think there's a Kathy that's listening or is going to be listening. Wow, I feel the need to pull my ears. There's so much energy moving through my ears right now. If you're feeling energy in your ears, or if you have something waking up. Sometimes when your senses awaken, you can feel strange feelings or sensations. Your body is shifting into light, so to speak, which means it's more fluid, more connected, more receptive, and focused, able to flow, you know, and not be dissipated and distracted and weighed down. Ooh, that's nice. Burning ears like hot. So there's a Kathy, there's a joy, childhood joy. This is also for Sherry and Pamela. And anybody else who feels like it, of course, too, but I scan to see if anybody is popping out at me. And so this childlike, this sensation of going to a fair or a party or something where you can be that child. Everything is bright colors and swirly candy and fun. You know, there's a freedom. There's no, did you do it right? There's no rules. There's no homework. There's no restrictions. It's off time. It's free time. It's time to be completely free. Wonderful energies, wonderful energies. So really embody that joy and the power of joy and the happiness of joy. And as the happiness is pulsing through the emotional body, you can feel, you can just feel the joyful, blissful strength as the mind is just empowered with these energies that feel expansive, like they can never stop. There's just infinite possibilities and infinite fun in each moment and every day. This is the place to be. Ooh, this is just joy for all of us. I am having the most fun. This really resonates for me too, because recently, one of the new things that came through, I was overcome with this powerful visionary energy that entered my body, and I was sitting in my bedroom working. I was creating an audio. This is why it will come out tomorrow, maybe. I was finishing it, editing it, and this energy took over me, and I started having visions and just completely expansion out of my body without any effort. So I finally had to lay down, and I was there like that for 9 hours. And one of the things that came to me is to be me again, to be me. And who's me? Well, the first thing I think about is me as a child, before I became self-conscious, before I felt not good enough. Before that, I was just completely in the moment and full of joy and engaged and happy. And I was just thought everything was wonderful. And the next moment was filled with even more joy than the last. And there were fairy friends and imaginary friends, whatever my parents called them, right? All my light beings and all my abilities, my sacred intuitive abilities. I was connecting. I lived a really full life. I was always talking to other beings and skipping with them and had butterfly ways, my mom said. And to me, that's life. That's who I came here to be. And it's partially because it was a child, but it's just remembering that's a state I have existed within. It's a state that's possible for me. And that's what's going to be my new template, my new guideline for me. So everyone receive right now. Be open, ready. Is there something coming through this joy, this very high frequency joy, that is bringing something to you tangible, that you can taste, that you can remember, that you can feel, or you can imagine, and you can begin to create a life from? These energies, what will you sense and feel and fill these 3 sacred flames with? Let's fill them with this joyful passion, with this belief in every day being more wonderful than the last, and being fully in the moment. And then popping up and being ready the next day, even if we've gone through something painful. And that joy of creating and the wonder of the new and the pure trust of yourself. How does it feel to be that you? Stand in it, step in it, play in it. How does it feel to be that new you? To be that you, partially that you were, partially that you're becoming. And any other things that you've forgotten, things that are ready to bloom within you. What if I loved myself and went with the flow? What if I gave myself more time? What if I gave myself more time to myself before I moved into roles in my day? What if I gave myself breaks? What if I nurtured myself or my body? What if I treated myself even when I'm afraid there isn't enough? What if I loved myself and treated myself with reverence and honor and respect and joy, and did the things that lifted me up and brought me joy, even if they didn't seem productive? What if? I dreamed and imagined and flowed with creativity and spoke to the flowers and the fairies and the ocean and the clouds every day. And it was normal, and it is my life. And now that it is my life, what is possible next after I live with this and I flow and I nurture myself and I enjoy what I'm in, and then I expand and I love myself and I release and I cleanse and then I stretch and I receive pleasures and I give pleasures and I infuse everything I cook and do and say and write with joy and intention. I bring magic to my life, to my house, to my food, to my clothes. I bring beauty and love to everything and everyone, everywhere. I am me, and I listen to my inner authority, and I trust my inner light, and I enjoy who I am, and I know that it's right. And I love that I connect with all the right people, the people who are resonating with me, or the people who are there to help be the thorn that I rip my old self off with. I love them all. I trust them all. And I sleep with the fairies and the angels and the unicorns around me, and the celestials carrying me to realms. And we play and we dance and we heal and we go into the dark shadows and we go into the bright light. We taste the rainbows and we sleep and we rest. And we see the sacred in everything and everyone and every moment and every situation. My what ifs are my life. Because I am that I am, and I was born this way, and I accept myself this way, and I love myself this way, and I celebrate myself this way, and I care for myself, and I listen to myself, and I do things that joyfully bring the most beauty and light into my heart, my soul, my mind. And I know that by being the me that I designed myself to be, and I live in this fantasy land of bliss and joy, I can move through the moments that are deeply painful or shocking, that are part of being in a body. As I flow with that divine flow of life and transformation, back into my bliss and down into my pain and back into my love and out through my inspiration. I am an eternal, flowing being of love and light. I am the light. I am the light. There is no darkness within me. I accept it and absorb it and love it. And I'm always ready and willing to release and complete the old and to receive the gems from within and to walk in this positive, empowering, blissful prosperity, expansive, connected, joyful. And I am the flow, and I am flowing and supported in every moment. The infinite field is in my veins, is the I am that I am. I am infinite. I love how it feels to be infinite. I bring this feeling, joy and happiness, play, pleasure, trust, into my body, my skin, my bones, my muscles, into the cells and the organs, down to the DNA. I accept. I accept. I transcend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Anchoring in to the crown and the third eye, to the throat and the higher heart, to the hands and to the heart, to the solar plexus and the sacral, to the root and the knees, to the feet. I am that I am. I am true. I am connected. I am one with my truth. Nothing can separate me from my power, my purpose, and my joy. Release everything. Feel any heaviness pouring off of you and release it with joy and gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, that was fabulous and powerful, and part of the time I felt like I was doing it for me, and part of the time I was doing it for you, and of course we're one, and it moved into what I'm going to repeat as a visualization to embody that. So I really did make that decision, and it sounds silly to say, well, of course you want to be, everybody knows you want to be your happy, playful self that believed you were good enough and all that. However, the real truth is that I might think about it, but it's still over there. I'm not fully letting it in. So that was an incredible, I'm going to put this on my phone so I can re-listen to that, to feel it. That was a manifesting experience, right? That was embodying it, feeling it, thinking about it, releasing, becoming. And it seemed like we were guided down from what if this was true into it is true. Into living into it. So the energies of the serpent and us removing that old skin that's really happening for this eclipse and allowing those rough things to be what, at one of our retreats, Nabila and Julie were there. We were at this site of Kaaba. It was quite profound. It's hard to explain, but we all had a really profound activation that I led, and then everybody's crystals started to change, whether it was jewelry that was old or new or wands, and landscapes appeared and pyramids and glows and colors, and it was quite profound. And then we walked down the wall of this building we were in front of, and we stood, and one lady saw a snake skin hanging from the rocks. And we took a picture in front of it, of course, as a group. You can't really see the snakeskin, but that came to me during this. I saw it. I was so profoundly blown away because this land is, the entire Mayan culture was built on the snake, the kanamate, the sacred geometry in the one specific rattlesnake that lives only here in the Yucatan holds the perfect pattern of, and you see it all over the temples, the X's or the ups and downs like that. It's the perfect balance, and it's what they built everything on. They didn't need math initially because this was the gift of the serpent energy. And so they built everything. All of their sacred temples, all of their art were based on this pattern because they saw the flow. They understood that that's the perfect balance. It's the up and the down, and it's the shedding of the old. And the amazing thing that they saw the rattle like the crown chakra. So each time the rattlesnake shed its skin, it had already grown a new rattle fully formed underneath that old skin. So think about that. That's what we do when we don't honor and live spirit and material together and give ourselves both of those. And that's the sacred feminine that's coming back. So not a surprise that at Uxmal, a site that's right near there that we went to as well, had the Sacred Feminine University there. And it's based on, it has a huge moon pyramid and a sun pyramid and just those energies that we're constantly looking at, balancing those energies and being both worlds. All right. I'm like, wow, okay. I knew there was something else that wanted to come through, so I feel like that was a gift for me as well as everyone else. So have a beautiful time. My Intuition Accelerator class, we're meeting tomorrow right in the depth of this amazing energy to play. And I hope you'll join me. If you go to shop.nanakasha.com, you can join us at the Mayan Aztec ceremony here in my house with my beautiful friend Christian and his Mayan partner, Vianney. And we're going to create those herb bundles, and we're going to have a beautiful, beautiful time wrapping this up. And then we get to go through that beautiful portal. I think we just created a portal of light for that, where we're moving into. So I'm definitely re-listening to this one. All right, let's see what you guys have to say. Mahalo nui lawa. Pamela says, for your continued service in love and light, eternal blessings. Thank you. I accept them. Sitara said, yes, her ears were shifting. It's just was really kind of weird. I couldn't stop rubbing my ears. Hi, Morgan. She's here too. Let's see. My wedding ring is amethyst. Ooh, what a delightful idea. Hi, Zen. Thank you. This was awesome, said Sandra. Thank you, Nan, for a beautiful process. Much love, Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. I can't wait to see you next week. I'm wearing a purple leopard print sweater. Oh, yeah, I love it. Margan, Akasha, I'm absolutely intrigued that you talked about having an amethyst root in some now lost, maybe you, esoteric source. I'd heard long ago that our chakras had been reversed. Yeah. One of my mentors that I learned most of my light body sacred geometry work with, and I did through level 5 mystery school with him until he left, was the very first initiation we did was a chakras expanded out through the earth up to Lord Sananda, actually. And then we came back down, and our many of our chakras had shifted. The red had gone from the root to the heart, and the green had gone back to the root. And what's profound about that, and that's been happening for people for quite a while now, even if you don't know it, is we moved the green to the heart because the heart needed healing, quite obviously. We can see why. And we took the power away from the heart and put it in the root, because we were that burning, flame, because it felt unsafe to live. We felt we needed that power to be able to receive, to ground into the earth, to receive what is. And so I've been being shown the retreat in March live here is going to have a theme of the chakras. And there's one site we've never been to before that they do, the temple is aligned with the sun for a solar initiation that comes straight into this chakra, but it also does the root chakra. And so each temple we go to each day, we're going to be rebooting each chakra. So then I got the guidance to do the chakra class in January. So right after the new year in January, we're going to do this, and just calling it the Chakra Upgrade 2022, because what keeps coming is that as we're releasing and completing this old stuff, the more lighter we become. It's more important that these energy centers, especially the personal ones, those are the ones that intersect with the physical body. We have a lot more up here and down there and so on. But they have to be not just cleansed, rebalanced. Sometimes people, they're wobbling or going in the wrong direction or blocked or clogged. all of that, but that's what we've been doing. Now we have to upgrade them. We have to recalibrate them. They have to be able to take in new, higher energies, higher frequencies, more powerful, more distant, more realms, more solar energy. We have to be able to be a container that can hold more power. So we have to be a power plant that becomes that way. That's kind of how I see it. So what exactly will unfold, I don't know, but I really enjoyed that too, Mark-Ann, that wow, I was seeing that amethyst and seeing this little amethyst cave, and I'm like, wow, really? And that's the root. And then I remembered that this little guy came out. This one's been with us through most of the ceremonies, the Mayan retreats that we've done. So Mark-Ann's been there too. The heart should be red. The color is upside down from the typical red root, orange, yellow, second, third. Do you have any input? Thanks. Yes. Yes. Thank you, sweetie. Sitara said, yeah, I feel that. Thank you for this beautiful journey. You're welcome, Nabila. Oh my God, your jaguar is stunning. Isn't she a beauty? She's so beautiful. So when we were at Ekbalam, which I think you know, we came out, and that's my favorite place to shop from the Mayan ladies. Some other pyramids don't have really great shops. And I always look for stuff, and I bought small black jaguars for everybody on the retreat because it was the Black Star Jaguar Vision Quest. But I couldn't believe it. She was just glowing. She's just so amazing. I love her, and she's been 5 months. She's been in a suitcase. She just came out. We're like a bunch of gumball tubes. Yes, we are. My ears are shifting good. My middle name is Joy. Wow, Sherry, that's awesome. You know, I actually considered changing my name and making my middle name Joy. People used to call me Joyful Nan. That was, I think that actually might be my name here on YouTube, Joyful Nan. Let's see what else here. Wow, the joy of the beautiful child, joyful truth, love, we truly are one. I know, it feels a little scary to embody that because the child was ultimately had no power, right? So when we experience the joy of being a child, we also didn't have the money and the power to go implement what we wanted. And we were eventually told that not to be like a child, right? That was wrong. And so we learned that could attract unwanted attention. That could be dangerous. It could be, create loss or criticism or something. And so there's a lot that goes with it. When we re-embody joy, there's a lot of stuff that's attached to joy that needs to be released. So that's what I'm just gently absorbing by continuously every day. Well, what would I do today, or how would I do it if I was feeling that? I would hug and kiss all my crystals. I would unpack them. I just went through a little frenzy yesterday, and I just went in and went, and unpacked those, pulled out clothes and threw them on the floor because they're kind of musty smelling and they'll have to go get washed. And I found, what else is in here? What else is in here? And here's my beautiful lady. I'm letting go, Nabila said. I've really been feeling my displeasure with what I've created until now. Looking out from my small self, it's excruciating. Yeah, and yet, that's the metamorphosis, right? The old reality becomes too tight. The snake lets go of its skin. The butterfly fights its way out of the cocoon. It's time for something new. If we were comfortable, or if we could still tolerate it, we would stay there. So the excruciating is pushing you forward, right? From a higher perspective, it's like watching a child who's unhappy with their sandcastle, and I know that it can be brought down and rebuilt. It's endearing and amusing. I like that. I love sandcastles. In fact, I found my sand toys the other day, and now that the contractors are gone, I'm actually sort of organizing and looking where things are and everything. I love to build sandcastles. I love to just sit in the sand and move the sand. Sand is very healing, actually. It's very good for children, too. Sitara says, rebirth of the truth light we are, fully acceptance of all that we are, no matter what we have been, done, or we have been, all things, now celebrating all that I am, bring back home to the divine child. How wonderful. Thank you. I love this. I'm going to have my team edit this part out so we can re-listen to it. It feels like we're having a really profound healing right now. I really appreciate it. You're my family. Remove all cloaks, masks with love and acceptance. Those parts need to be present in love unconditionally, as a divine child is love unconditionally, and freedom. we all will be filled with light. Yeah, we are light, you know. We just, when we're focused on the darkness and it was dangerous to be the light, there's a lot of fear there, and it's okay. It's okay to walk through it. Wow. And it could be intense. I've walked through a shit ton of fear this year. Wow, I couldn't believe how much friggin' fear was coming up. And you're standing in the middle of like, oh, I'm getting everything I want, and I have a lot of fear that it's not real. Hi, Aranya. What a releasing way to see, Nabila. Yes, isn't it beautiful? I love you all, and may all feel goodness and love, whoever, whatever it is in you. I see you all as beautiful light and angels. Thank you, sweetie. Hi, Michelle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you too, to you. Hi, Julie. That was amazing. Ah, it was amazing. It was amazing. I'm feeling so good. I feel like I'm kind of drunk or something. We no longer need to fight with the parts of self that we spent so long wanting to change, but love and accept all that is I am. That's the solution. And it's so interesting when you start to get out of the story and just read energies. You go, wow, isn't it fascinating that we have been completely immersed in a cultures and mentality that is the masculine force energy that then just turns around on itself and keeps forcing, right? If you don't do it, then there's the next, and it goes around and it goes around. It's just, wow. Margan, Nan, one reason I haven't committed funds to the March retreat is that I don't know where you live and need to be able to assure that I can get housing with Airbnb. Can you share the name of your community? Oh, yes. Actually, if you're interested, send an email to ASST@Akasha. Send an email to Donna, and she'll send you, we've just finished making a travel packet that will tell you all of that. So you can fly into Merida or Cancun. We're very close to where you came and did a session with me. We're just down the beach, so we're a little further out of Merida. And yes, we put together, there's houses that can be rented. There's a few hotels of varying degrees. And we've got all those logistics there for you. So yeah, anybody who's interested, there's no commitment needed to that, to receive that information. And of course, I'm happy to help you understand like where, what, and all of that. And then if specifically you're ready, you can tell me where you're looking at, and I can give you feedback on it. So some things can look great on the Airbnb or something, but let me help you. I can let you know what things are. But the thing to remember is that Merida and the surrounding area is the second safest city in all of the Americas. The first is Quebec, and Merida's been #1 before too. That means it's safer than everywhere in the US. That means it's safer than everywhere in South America, everywhere in Canada, except for Quebec. So it's very different than a lot of parts of Mexico. And of course, Cancun is very busy. It's an easy place to fly into. And there's ways to get from there if that's a better flight for you. So there's a lot of those logistics that we help you with understanding. And we've got drivers that we can connect you with. And we're going to be based at my house. So we're in Telchac, Puerto, and of course we'll put that in there as well. If you just go from Progreso east along the coast, you'll see Telchac, Puerto, Telchac, and that's where we are. And the first day and the last day will be at the house. Michelle will be here the first day with cacao and cooking for us and all that, and Christian and his troop will be here the last day, and they'll be here the night before. So we'll be able to have them around for other things than just the ceremonies. And we'll be going to Sibil Chaltun. We've never done before. We'll be going to Uxmal, and we'll be going to Mayapan, which we also have never done a retreat at before. And all of those areas are nearby. We'll be doing cenote, at least one, and we'll be doing some gourmet things and just all kinds of yummy stuff. So that's nanakasha.com/retreat, I think, if you're interested in looking at more of it and seeing some pictures. Margan kind of knows what we do, though. And I want so deep. Julie said I was in a trance for most of that. Yes, people used to call me Joyful Julie. Yay! It felt so juicy and comforting. The journey felt juicy and comfortable, didn't it? Tipsy in a grounded way. Yes, like a butterfly who drinks fermented flower nectar. I know, like, oh baby, life is so good. Life is so good. Good, good, good. I'm very blissful because I am giving myself permission to receive for my birthday, which is coming up soon. And Chris in the past has done amazing parties for me in Playa. We would have parties on the roof with live music and just incredible things. The last one in Playa, Michelle made my cake. And since we've been here and since Chris's seizure, we don't go out and we don't see people and we don't do a lot, and that's okay. And we're being together is the gift that I want anyway. But we are going to take a little trip to Campeche, which I took Chris to for his birthday in April. So there's a really beautiful little bookend with that. And he said, I loved it. He was purely blissed out there. And he said, and that's where we need to be for this. So I'm really savoring it, the potential of it, that it's coming and it's happening. And yesterday we were in town, we were finding all the herbs and getting all the food and everything for the ceremony. And we went to a bookstore and we were just looking around, and Chris bought me this amazing book, and it's a present, so I'm not supposed to know, but it's this huge book with amazing photographs and stuff of Mayan and Aztec things and stuff. So yeah, so all of you birthday girls and everybody else, it's receiving the pleasures that allow us to feel good, and then noticing the guilt or the fear that might be attached to it, so that can be what we leave behind this weekend, right? We leave behind any fear of receiving a gift, or treating yourself, or doing something nice, or thinking kind thoughts towards yourself. So okay, my loves, thank you so much. I'm so glad we stayed and played, and of course this will be ready for you the minute we end. So let's go ahead and just have a beautiful thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm still seeing amethysts, all these amethyst points. I love it. And so it is. Thank you, everybody. I love you so much. Thank you for making my life so rich and so beautiful. And take this, share this, do this, love yourself, prance around, have a beautiful day. And I hope that I get to see you soon in a session or in a class or in a retreat. And in the meantime, have a wonderful eclipse portal. We're moving towards a really nice freedom on the other side. Lots of love. Thanks, Sherry. Bye-bye.